Today on the channel, we take a trip into the McFarlane DC Multiverse with the movie edition Black Adam with Cloak.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC Multiverse unboxing and review. Of course, today, McFarlane Toys Black Adam with Cloak. But for all your Black Adam and all your other DC needs and everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up Zavi. Use discount code Kyle Peterson to save yourself 10%. That's exactly what I did to pick up Black Adam. Now, I understand Black Adam, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. Obviously, I have not seen the movie yet. It is not out, so I haven't seen the movie. I never read the comic books, anything like that. I know he's involved in the Shazam universe, and everybody loves Shazam, of course, but
Shazam.
he's an anti-hero, a little bit like a young Punisher or a Venom, I guess, kind of a good guy, bad guy tweener, if you will. But I do know he is played by wrestling legend The Rock, and I said, you know what? I need at least one Black Adam in my collection. Now, we know there is another version without the cloak. Looking at both of those side by side, I said, for me, the cloak all day long. I think it looks like the better figure, so that's the way I went. However, we'll see. I might end up dabbling in this line a little bit. That Hawkman has caught my interest, caught my eye a few times, so I'm tempted to get that one. If I can find that other Rock on clearance down the road, I might pick that one up. We'll just see what happens. But I said, if I'm just picking one up, this is the one for me, at least by looks. But we'll see how it is, and there's only one way to find out how it is we got to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We got to take a look at the packaging. We got to talk about it. We got to unbox it. We got to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what old Black Adam is up to with his cloak. Oh, everybody loves a good cloak. I believe he is Egyptian in the storyline and in the movie as well. And he is a very powerful man, but not as powerful as our old friend Shazam, I've been told. So
Shazam. Olé. Shazam.
take that for what you will. But of course, it is traditional DC Multiverse McFarlane packaging. You got Black Adam there, DC Multiverse, a little writing there. Beautiful background. Always appreciate the blue background. I really do think that makes it pop. McFarlane logo. What is it? 22 points of articulation. Yes, indeed, it is. Black Adam with Cloak on the side. Black Adam with Cloak on the side. From the Black Adam wave, of course. And then you get a little comic book art there instead of a cross-sell or anything like that. Always a strange one to me. You guys know I love a good cross-sell and a blurb. But we get the blurb on the card usually. Now, it sounds like that'll be that way once again. If I can get it out. That's always the other test. Can I get this backing out? There we go. See you later. Goodbye. Off to the races. And let's get this card out. And why not get the stand while we're at it? Oh, rookie. See you later over the top. We got a rookie unboxing here. It's like I've never done this before. And the struggle continues. The struggle continues, not going to lie. Got razor blade luckily handy right here to help me out a little bit. You know, you don't want to destroy these cards. This card could be worth more than the figure one day. Remember starting lineups? That's what happened to a lot of starting lineups. The cards inside are actually worth more than the actual toy is, which is just boggles the mind of a young Kyle collecting starting lineups with his dad back in the day. See you later. We do get a DC stand. We've seen these a million times. Don't need to go over that. But let's take a look at this card here for old Black Adam. An interesting one. Real name, Teth Adam. Okay. Hailed as the slave who became champion, like a young Conan. Let's see. The moral Teth Adam was bestowed the power of the gods, transforming into a fearsome superpowered being at the utterance of a single magic word. Shazam. He freed his people with the king of Kendok before grief over the loss of his family turned to cold fury. And he was entombed for his vengeful actions. Nearly 5,000 years later, Black Adam is freed from his slumber and finds himself in a world he does not recognize. Now he must try to see himself not as Kendok's destroyer, but its savior. So good to him. Good luck with that adventure. It sounds like it'll really write itself. You know, he wakes up like a young Encino man. He's off to the races, trying, what is this coffee you speak of? Things like that. I can just see it. Like I said, it writes itself. There it is. But there he is in the plastic prison, looking pretty good there. Looks like we are locked in at the waist. Wouldn't expect anything less from McFarlane and their trickery, their sorcery. And then we are taped at the hand, Moving that off. There is no extra accessories of any kind with this one. So that is an interesting note there. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. But yeah, no accessories, no weapons, nothing. We just get a card and a stand. That's all you need at the end of the day. But this is Black Adam in his cloak. And like I said, there is another version with the Rock's head just shining through. You can see everything. There's no cloak, none of that going on. But this one does look better. For whatever reason, this looks better to me than that one. But we'll see. I'm sure I'll find that one on clearance one day. Eventually, they'll be side by side, and we'll see what happens. We'll put up a poll, and we'll decide which one we like the best. But I do like the looks of this one. I just like the all darkness here with the yellow Shazam logo, of course, in the middle. But I love how it's like skin tight. It's like a dry fit shirt going on. And obviously The Rock, he works out occasionally, I've heard, so he does look really good. A very good lightness to the body style, a very good lightness from what I've seen from commercials and still images of stuff of the movie. Now, one issue we've had over the years with a lot of toy lines, not just McFarlane, but McFarlane especially, if you go back to like the John Cena Peacemaker, keep it wrestling related, that John Cena head sculpt, oof, no bueno on that one. It was very, very rough. I ended up taking one of those Hollywood John Cena's, Mattel's. Actually, I got that right here. Why don't I just pull it out instead of talking about it? Let me just pull it out for you. But there's old Cena from the Peacemaker. That's the unmasked head, and it does look a little better with the Mattel head on here. Of course, you got the regular Peacemaker as well. So they're doing kind of the same thing with Black Adam's Rock. You got a little bit of a covered one with this cloak, then the other edition. So you get two, of course, making completionists. Hey, I got to get all of them. Rock fans, hey, I got to get all of them. And then making other people choose between the two, really. But it is a good look, and I just think this looks a little bit meaner, a little bit tougher with the cloak compared to the non-cloak version. But he does got the cloak. The cloak is not removable. That is kind of unfortunate there. Boy, well, now that you say, I feel like, no, it isn't removable. It does got a little bit of give there, and you can get a little bit more Rock's face and his bald head in there. But it does look like Rock does have probably just a normal head underneath this, just kind of sculpt around a little bit and tied in with that cloak. I think anybody could remove that, but why would you? If you wanted to remove it, go get the other one is really what you do. But a nice, dirty, washed cape here. A very heavy cape, a very chunky cape as it's built up. A soft goods cape would have been good, but we don't really see that from McFarlane, so this does look good as far as sculpt-wise, but it is a very heavy cape. I would say this cape weighs as much as the whole figure, if not more. Body style, we're used to the articulation by now. Arms go all the way around. Of course, you do get a bicep cut. You do get double jointed elbows. Wish we could get some pinless joints, maybe one of these days soon, hopefully. If I can get this arm back in the right motion here. You do get hands back and forth, of course. I like that you don't see that ball joint right there. You don't see the ball joint as much in the ankles. That's always some grief I give McFarlane toys, as you guys know. So we don't have any of that going on. We get a little bit of a butterfly here, just a little bit, not a ton. A little bit loose in the elbow joints, I've noticed as well, so you take that for what it is. But definitely good double jointed elbows there. You do get some hula hoop at the top, a little bit at the waist as well. He can do a full-on split with some ratchet action there. You do get the double jointed knees, very tight knees. No boot cut, but you do get ankles back and forth, side to side. That ball is still there, but it is protected by his shin guard, so that does take away from the eye problems you would have looking at that ball, so I do like that. Of course, you can't have a McFarlane toy without that McFarlane Toe Articulation. Everybody loves the toe articulation, especially me. But he definitely looks good. It's a good feeling figure. It feels good in hand. It feels heavy. It feels like it should. We'll put it at that. It definitely looks like The Rock, but it is a little bit guarded with the cloak over it, so you don't really get the full-on Rock effect with the bald head and everything else, but it looks like The Rock. It looks a lot like some of the still images we've seen of the movie. There's just a lot to like about this, and like I said, I am not a Black Adam expert. I am far from it, but I do know The Rock. I have been around the guy a few times as far as wrestling goes, as you guys know. So I do like the looks of this. I think this warrants, if you're a wrestling fan, I could see wrestling fans picking this up. Of course, if you're a Rock fan collecting all things Rock, you're going to pick this up. Just a lot to like about it. I did talk about the Shazam logo briefly. It does look good color to the figure here, but one thing I don't like is the end of the logo. It just kind of floats free, so it kind of bends up, bends down. It just looks a little bit strange. So that is a little bit of an eyesore, I would say. So I don't know. I'm sure I'll get over it. I'm sure I'll live. But you can put him here next to John Cena, the DC Universe with Rock and Cena in it. Will they ever share a scene together? Who knows? Wouldn't that be something? Of course, The Rock, that's not his only movie figure. This is the other one I grabbed real quick. From the Hollywood WWE Mattel line, I believe Hobbs and Shaw, another movie I've never seen. What are we doing, Kyle? When are we going to see these movies? But we did get that Rock, and I did buy an extra one of these Rocks just in case I do pick up that other Black Adam figure, as I might pop this head onto that. We'll see if that happens, but that probably doesn't work real good because he's all smiles here, and I don't think Black Adam's really a cheerful, smiley type of guy. From what I've seen and what I've read. But then we do, of course, have Shazam. I actually got this Shazam Gosh, where was this at? It was a clearance sale somewhere. It might have been the dying days at Kmart. Possibly Kmart. Maybe it was Walgreens. I can't remember, but I picked up the Shazam.
Shazam.
So I guess if you're into Shazam, like a lot of people are, you can get Shazam to go with him. I think we've got a Shazam. I know we've got at least a King Shazam in the DC Multiverse line. I think there is a
Shazam.
regular Shazam coming, but it'll be interesting when a Shazam movie line comes out from McFarlane. Then you can really square these guys toe to toe, and I'm sure they'll have a crossover event one of these days. There's too much money on the old table, and it's all about the money at the end of the day, as we know. So there it is, Cloak Edition Black Adam. An interesting one. Is it the figure of the year? Probably not. Is it a top 10 DC Multiverse McFarlane figure of the year? Probably not, but it is cool in its own way. It's its own special guy, so I will give it a little bit of a pass. I'm glad I picked it up. I don't know if it's just going to light your world on fire. It didn't necessarily light mine on fire, but it is cool for what it is. At the end of the day, it is The Rock in a toy line that's not WWE, so there's something cool about that as well. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? All in on this Rock? All out on this Rock? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got videos every single day. Make sure you hit the old notification bell. Don't forget about the Patreon, link in the description below, where you can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, be a part of monthly giveaways. A lot going on over at the Patreon. Love to have you a part of it. And of course, it is the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, pick up a t-shirt. Don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Black Adam and The Rock, I'm the Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
Shazam. Shazam. Shazam.